Hello everyone, my name is Raja. I'm a nutritionist, fitness consultant, wellness coach working for last 20 years. With my experience, I would like to present you one of the wonderful videos on snoring lifestyle. So many people snore and they don't understand that they snore and they don't know exactly all the details about the snoring. So this video will give you a lot of clarity on snoring and how lifestyle actually affects them and how to overcome them, and this will give you a lot of confidence and clarity. You can really help yourself, or you can also help many people. So let me share with you some of my presentation here. So before that, let me introduce about myself. My name is Raju. I'm a certified nutritionist, fitness consultant, wellness coach, working for last 20 years. And the topic is about snoring. About half of the people snore at some point or other, and snoring is more common in men than in women. About 40% of the men they snore, and about 24% of the women will they snore. They snore. That means majority of men will snore comparing with women, right? So even snore loudly enough to wake yourself up. Sometimes you snore, or somebody will snore. That snoring, that noise, they themselves will get up. So people do not realize that they snore. Sometimes they also don't have any idea. But the snoring becomes even stronger and harder. Then it turns out to be sleeping disorders called sleep apnea. It ends up in a lot of problems, complicated problems like heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, and many more. We'll get to know more details in this eventual slides. During sleeping, gravity and muscle relaxation allows the tongue to and surrounding soft tissues to fall back into the throat area, obstructing the airflow. This is what happens. That obstruction, that traffic jam happens in the airflow when the tongue goes inside and try to interfere in the passage of the air. So then naturally you end up in snoring. You can see the example here very nicely opened here through the nasal passage, and it is not disturbing, the tongue is not interfering. So it is in its place. Whereas here the tongue is inside that area, that passage to the airflow, naturally is blocked. So normally, some people here and there they snore, and so this is very small level. So it's okay, normal level. But in the snoring stage, the obstruction little becomes more deeper. So whereas obstructive sleep apnea, we call OSCA, in that muscles relax too much, then the airways can collapse and become blocked, then causing obstructive breathing. So there are four kinds of classes of snoring. One is class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 in terms of structural way. If you understand the picture, class 1 is, it is like a very on and off, and it is not actually, there is a lot of gap between the tongue and the palate. Whereas in class 2, there is a little gap is there. In class 3, even very little gap is there. So class 4, almost gap is filled. Okay. So that means naturally in class 3 is more danger. Class 4 is much, much danger. Naturally, they end up in breathing problems. Suddenly, they grasp for breath, and they end up in sleep apnea. Apnea is something almost like you stop breathing. Okay, the air will not pass into the lungs, naturally end up in death also. So is really snoring bad? Yes. Sleep ends up in sleep deprivation, tiredness, headaches, end up in bad mood, dry mouth, even relationship problems. And failure of lungs also, it affects the lungs. And sometimes you end up in early dementia, memory loss, impotence, they cannot give birth to children, hearing loss. Okay, sometimes they'll have a hearing sound called tinnitus. We call it tinnitus. Light sound some kind of sound will keep on coming in the ears. And sometimes they also have the problem with swallowing the food, and end up also in neurological and cardiological disorders. So these are some of the things, and also sometimes end up in heart problems as well. So now, what is the difference between snoring and sleep apnea? I already said you, snoring can be a symptom of sleep apnea. Okay. So, but sleep apnea is something even deeper, more stronger. It's a serious disorder. Sleep apnea is serious disorder, whereas snoring is not such a serious disorder. and the snoring is paired with choking, choked and gasping for sound. Okay, you'll have a gasping sound and you may have sleep apnea. So then, if you go to a doctor, then generally they give the machine called CPAP machine. We'll get to know about it, or some kind of oral appliances, or they also end up in surgery. But before that, they do the study, sleep study, or home sleep apnea test. They do basic small tests. There are three types of sleep apnea. Okay, the sleep apnea, as I said, is like a medical kind of condition. So there are three types. One is obstructive sleep apnea, OSA. Another is CSA, that is central sleep apnea. Third one is mixed complex sleep apnea. What is the difference between obstructive sleep apnea and central sleep apnea? Simple. Obstructive sleep apnea is to do with here only, throat muscles and blocking ear, choked. Okay, maybe because of fat or something like that. Okay, whereas central sleep apnea, it is nothing to do with here. Yes, it is to do with here, but it's not basically localized here. It has impact on the central nervous system, that is brain. The instructions will be coming from the brain. So because this brain muscles, they try to control this part. Usually when it will happen, when you are drunk fully, like alcoholics, drunkards, sometimes they take a lot of medication, sleeping pills, those kind of times when the brain will not, properly work. So brain will get almost dumb and it also affect the muscles, so it will not work properly. That end up in central sleep apnea, which is a more dangerous situation. Sometimes this can happen between like a mixed also, both the OSA and CSA can form into complex sleep apnea, more complicated problems will come. Now I hope you understood the problem. Okay, now how to figure out type of snoring? There are two types of snoring. I said one is harmful, another is harmless. What is harmless? General snoring, on and off. You do it, and it comes not regularly, and the sound also very smaller sound. Whereas if it is a bigger sound and continuously coming, regularly coming, okay, then it end up in harmful snoring. Okay, there are some certain signs are there, some certain signs that will help you to understand that this is really serious or harmful snoring. What are the tests? What are the signs? Number one, usually get a full night sleep, but still wake up feeling you get tired morning times. You have sleeping, but early morning you don't wake up with freshness. Number two, experience excessive daytime sleeping and irritation. And though you sleep, and you also end up in sleeping in the chair also, you end up in sleeping daytime also, end up in irritation. Then also it will become harmful or sleep apnea kind. Number three, wake up often during the night without any apparent reasons. You just wake up. Number four, experience episodes of not breathing for 5-10 seconds or longer at a time. Suddenly you don't breathe. So you get this kind of jolt. Arey, what happened? My breath actually sauce, it became a stop. Next one seem to be gasping for air during sleep. Suddenly you become like, so I'm not getting proper sleep. Wake themselves up or gasping for air. Next point, usually if your BMI is 30, that means you're coming under obese category, or you also might be having high blood pressure, or neck circumference is high. Neck is, that's what we do, checkup, we do checkup. And we try to understand how much is the um, thick fat here. That's called double chin. So if the fat is accumulated here, some people have double chin. Okay, then also these throat muscles will try to compress this air passage. That also end up in sleep apnea. Got it? These are the very important things. As I was telling about the CPAP machine, what is this CPAP machine? Continuous, CPAP means continuous positive airway pressure. That machine maintains this continuous airway positive pressure, right? So these machines are little expensive. Plus it will be like you have to keep them all the time during the sleep. So doctors give you when it is in a final stage or critical stage, right? So if you can definitely wear if it is a definitely medical problem, but you can always try with a lot of lifestyle changes as well in the beginning, right? So snoring may, I said about why these causative factors. One is the age. In the smaller age, usually will not come, but with the as you age, naturally snoring develops. So number two, and nasal problem. Sometimes there will be nasal problems. Some blockages will be, sinus could be, sometimes irritations and excessive weight also sinus problem. And alcohol, smoking, and medications and sleeping posture also matters, right? I'm going to show a little more details later on. So these are some of the causative factors. Sometimes family history also there. Does not mean family history there. Does not mean you cannot do any lifestyle changes. You can still do lifestyle changes. So the congestion will be here because of the mucus, or sometimes in the winter season, sometimes deviated septum here. Instead of straight, sometimes it will go here and there. So these are the some other things. Okay. So now even children also sometimes they snore, and the children when they snore, naturally there is a compulsory there. I given certain pointers here. They also associate with depression, anxiety, emotional reactivity, decreased ability to focus, daytime sleepiness, allergies and asthma, increased blood pressure, bedwetting, obstructive sleep apnea, dental abnormality, something like that. So if the children snore or end up in this kind of thing, then you have to suspect any of this. Okay, better to take it to doctor. So now there are different exercises. Exercises comes under what? So lifestyle changes. So you can always do certain exercise, particularly this related to throat and neck related exercises. You can see I have given you some of the exercises here, and yoga also certain exercises are like pranayam is there, bhujangasana, cobra pose, bow pose, that is dhanurasana, and pranayam. All these will be helpful, right? So next one is singing also. Singing, when you sing, naturally the throat muscles become strengthened. Sometimes they become, the airflow becomes better, and tongue also becomes, instead of stronger, become flexible, right? So you sometimes whistling also use regular whistles or whatever whistles you can use. And when the nasal blocks are there, then you can use nasal sprays. And we have our traditional system, like sometimes when there is a blockage here, then we use salt water gargling or saline rinses. Sometimes we use that inhaling the steam. Steam is, air pressure. When you boil the water, the steam will come. You can steaming. That also you can do. And when the choking is there, nasal cleansing also you can do. And there are some kind of bands are coming. You can keep them, nasal bands, so that they will be holding you there. So as I said, you can use some vocal equipment, vocal instruments also to make you to breathe properly. Okay, so like flute and jazz kind of exercises, musical equipment. And there are neck and throat exercises also, like a protruding jaw. Sometimes the jaw will come forward. Okay, then you have to keep them strong. So against the chair, against the wall. Okay, there are some kind of exercises that will help you. So you can do different kind of workouts. Sometimes massages also will be helpful. And there are some kind of throat exercises like lip trace, chin tuck, and tongue cave, spoon hold. This kind of tongue point or something like that. So you can see the spoon hold means you have to hold, like in when you are in a smaller in the school age, generally they play with the spoon, right? So hold the spoon with and hold it, and maybe keep lemon or something, and they keep walking. So likewise you can do certain kind of exercises. Sometimes lip trace, keeping the lips together, and keep the lips together, but with the tongue try to surround that inner part of the mouth, like this, round and anti-clockwise and clockwise. Sometimes you can keep like this tongue, tongue pointing. So there are certain kinds of exercises. You can see them. So these also will be helpful. And please don't watch before going to bed, cell phone or any gadgets or any electronic things that will strain your neck. Because the neck also, there will be some kind of problems that also could affect your snoring. And practice good sleep hygiene. What is the sleep hygiene? Usually people don't brush twice. So you have to brush twice as per dentist. One is morning, in the early morning when you wake up. Second, before going to bed. When you go to bed, before going to bed, when you brush and remove, use your tongue cleaner, sometimes throat gargling, that will be helpful. The throat will become cleaner inside. And instead of watching cell phone or television, you can able to write a book, so that will actually make you to fall asleep peacefully, right? So keep proper temperature, air temperature, room temperature, and keep proper alarm. So peacefully sleep and keep yourself, with the proper light so that you can keep protect your eyes with the proper darkness. So it will give you proper good sleep. So if you sleep with tiredness, then also end up in snoring. So how to sleep? The position of the sleep also very important. Don't lie down on your back or on the front. You always try to lie down sideways. Okay, preferably left side. So that will help you to stop snoring as I given this picture, right? So sideways sleeping is better for the in terms of snoring. And when you sleep also, the pillows should be protected. Like don't sleep flat. Okay, don't sleep on the flat, but keep somewhere like keep pillows as an elevated position so that the tongue will not go back. Okay, and obstruct the airflow. So when you lie down on a proper, pillows, naturally the tongues will not go and disturb the position. So that will be helpful. And smoking before going to bed, uh, preferably stop sleeping, stop smoking. And if it is not able to do before going to bed, please don't do because that actually irritates the throat muscles because it causes inflammation in the airways, right? Inflammation, body try to defend itself. When you smoke, naturally there will be some kind of congestion will happen. So naturally that congestion it gives inflammation and try to cause snoring. And there is also snoring cycle. You will be really surprised. There's like a cycle. What is this cycle? When you don't sleep properly, you have this kind of sleep problem, sleep apnea or any kind, then you have a bad quality sleep. Then daytime you don't be fresh. Early morning wake up in problems. So naturally, when you are irritated, feel like eating something. And some people eat, just like that because they're irritated. They wanted to keep food as a some kind of um, peace, giving that kind of peace or sometimes like a pleasure thing. So particularly sweets, they feel like eating a lot of sweets, so they put on more weight. So when they put on weight, naturally end up in more snoring. Because of snoring, again they don't wake up fresh, and then they become irritated. Again they eat food. It's like a vicious cycle. You have to break it. How will you break it? You require a proper coach and also start losing weight, particularly in the tummy area. The tummy is not good. Women also they have this problem. Women when they lose weight, not just only good for the sleep apnea, but also good for many things. You can see this picture. They are given you a reference article here. The scientific taken from scientific journal. Lower risk of breast cancer, improved non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, prevention of polycystic ovary syndrome, lower risk of gynecological cancers, improved ovulation. That means egg production will be there. They can have a very good chance of conceiving, improved stress incontinence, lower risk of dysmenorrhea. That means menstrual cycle will be irregular. When we lose weight, naturally menstrual cycle will be regular. Likewise, you can see so many it also affects in thyroid levels, blood pressure, and all. So that is the reason why always good idea even for women or men, anybody to lose weight and they come to proper shaping is very very essential. And as I said about alcohol, and there is a lot of clear-cut evidences are there about alcohol. Better is my sincere advice is better to stop alcohol. In case not possible, but don't drink alcohol 3 to 4 hours before the sleep. Why? I said remember not just only obstructive sleep apnea, but also central sleep apnea, CSA. CSA that affects the mind, that is brain. So brain will have effect on this muscle. So they become weak. So that is the reason why preferably please stop drinking alcohol if in case you have this sleep apnea problem. And even wine also comes under alcohol. Even one glass of wine also has impact on the snoring. So that's why this all give you one clear idea. Please stop, alcohol and smoking, preferably before the bed. And nasal breathing is always good, but sometimes when irritation comes, when there is a choking comes, there is double chin is there, and this palate. If you see the picture, left side and right side, this left side person has a well-developed jaw. Okay, jaw is good. Whereas the right side person, the picture, don't have a well-developed jaw. It has a setback jaw. Okay, so this is the left side picture has straight nose. The right side picture has crooked nose. So they have a problem. So naturally, it will try to affect the airflow, breathing. when he's sleeping, naturally end up in snoring or sleep apnea. So doctors may go for these kind of machines or go for a finally surgeries also. But you want to, some people get scared, they want to irritate, they want to stop surgeries. Then always good idea to go for this kind of surgery, prefer go for lifestyle corrections. And this is last part. What do you do if your partner has a snoring problem? Very interesting, right? So the relationship spoil, and your partner snoring can be a nightmare for both of you, because the partner who is sleeping, who is snoring, also don't know that is snoring, and the sleep is also gone. And equally, the partner also feels, what is this whole night I'm not sleeping, whole night because of you like this. When I married you, nothing happened. After marriage, you became like this. I cannot tolerate. So not 1 day, 2 days, how long I have to bear with you? I want to give divorce. So end up in problems, which is not at all correct, because it's not a medical condition. You have to actually give them more love and affection. So love and affection, if you fight, that's a problem. What if the problem comes to you? Okay, so that's the reason why you always see with empathy, not just not sympathy, and try to find exactly where exactly going wrong. Maybe is it drinking too much alcohol, his weight is too high, or stressed out, or is under medication. What exactly reason behind the snoring? Find out, and what kind of snoring is it? Starting level one, level two. I said you right, different kind of types. So why it is coming, how often it is coming. Try to enlist and try to first help him to understand. Some people, they don't understand also. You have to tell, speak out, tell that he, this is what happening, why is like that. They don't believe sometimes. Then you have to record and show. Okay, but don't show like a policeman. So like should not make them as guilty, so that they lose their self-confidence, which is not at all good, not human. So first to give them confidence. Okay, it's coming, but I want to understand. I'm very concerned for you. I love you. So that is the reason I want to understand. Please let me help you to understand why exactly happening. So make him to start with the lifestyle changes, lifestyle habits correction, like improving sleep hygiene. Remember the brushing teeth and all those things, having good sleep, and instead of cell phone, instead of TV or computer before going to bed, proper sleep hygiene, sleeping 8 hours properly, maintaining healthy weight, okay, avoiding alcohol and smoking, those kind of things to start with. And if not happening, then give them, ask doctor help. He will give you CPAP machine. It will be expensive, but you have to bear with that. And sometimes still it's not happening. Sometimes still problem is not wearing. Till that period, you can use these earplugs, earphones, earplugs, so that the noise will be less. And sometimes you can, with his permission, show affection. I love you, but I'm sorry, I cannot be like this. So let me go to other room. I can sleep in other room, but let him, don't make him discouraged, or make him lose his self-confidence. You always cooperate with the treatment, cooperate by when he is changing his lifestyle, right? You have to give him some time as well. So this is my sincere advice, because it's a marriage is very important. Your staying together is very important. Sometimes it happens, so what we can do, we cannot do. So in sleeping style, how to sleep, left side, right side, how he's doing. You cannot sleep on the back, and let him sleep. This lifestyle thing, exercise. If you're not doing exercise, let him do exercises. Help him to do exercises. Take a coach and help him to do. So these are lifestyle changes. Then doctors, that CPAP mission, still not happening. Final stage, surgery is there. So that means there is a hope is there. Not that there is no hope. So if you want personalized plan for you on wellness, weight loss, or nutritional gaps and lifestyle habits correction, we are there for it. But we don't give any medical claim. Okay, we don't give that kind of claim. But what we can give is, we understand, we can able to counsel, we understand diet, we understand why it is, how, why he is putting on weight, we understand his body condition, we try to understand the gaps and stress levels, we try to redesign the lifestyle, better lifestyle. So that will be a great help. And about me, I have 20 years of experience, as I said. Remember, I was a Group 1 officer. I worked as a district registrar under government of Andhra Pradesh for 10 years. Then I quit my job because of my passion. Actually, my wife came to this field first time. Then to support her, started helping her, because I did my MSc in zoology. I have a lot of passion in spreading the science and scientific background. So I also went to IAS, I appeared for IAS interview. So I have a lot of passion. I am a bookworm, so I study a lot. So with that kind of thing, I started developing a lot of myself, and I myself lost weight. My wife lost weight, and we are certified nutritionist and fitness consultant. I also did my diploma, advanced diploma in nutrition fitness. Also, I have a certificate in advanced clinical nutrition. A lot of things are there. I myself do full marathon running, 5 2 kilometers running, cycling, and CPR AID certified. All those things are fine. But if you wanted to consult us, we are there to support you. If you already have a coach, please do contact him, not me. If you don't have any coach, no support, then we are there to help you. You can always look at my Instagram, Facebook, website, YouTube, emails are there, phone numbers are given. You can always contact us. And if you like this video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please share this video also to your friends and family members so that they also get blessed. They also may be benefited out of this. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you so much. We appreciate for your patience. Bye.